Jungkook tried to stay strong, but Taehyung's goodbye broke him completely. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Jungkook tried to hold back his tears, but Taehyung's farewell shattered his composure. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and stay with us till the end, because what happened that night will stay in ARMY history forever. It was a cold evening in Seoul, the kind where the city lights feel softer, and emotions hang in the air. Cameras surrounded the venue, capturing every second as fans filled the streets, voices trembling with both excitement and dread. BTS had gathered for what seemed like another public appearance, but no one knew it would turn into one of their most emotional moments before their hiatus. Taehyung stood beside Jungkook, his expression calm and distant in that way only he could manage. Yet between them lingered a silence so thick it spoke louder than any words. Everyone could feel it, something was ending, or at least pausing, and nobody dared to name it. Jungkook adjusted his mic, his face calm and professional as always. But when Taehyung turned slightly toward him, the cameras caught that flicker in Jungkook's eyes, the split second where everything he tried to hide came rushing through. Because this wasn't just another event. This was goodbye. For years, ARMY had witnessed their friendship grow, two souls so different yet perfectly connected. Jungkook, the youngest, often looked up to Taehyung, the free-spirited, artistic soul who viewed the world like a canvas. They weren't just bandmates, they were brothers, confidants, mirrors reflecting each other's growth and pain. When Taehyung leaned closer that night and whispered something only Jungkook could hear, no one knew what was said. But they didn't need to. Jungkook's trembling lip and the way his gaze dropped to the floor told the whole story. There are moments when words are too small for what the heart feels, and this was one of them. To understand why Jungkook broke that night, we need to go back, long before the fame, the lights, and the global stages, to when he was just a shy teenager from Busan. At only 15, Jungkook joined BTS as the youngest member, surrounded by older trainees who already seemed confident and ready for the world. Among them was Taehyung, warm, eccentric, unpredictable. He wasn't just welcoming, he made Jungkook laugh when everything else felt too heavy. In a fast-moving world that demanded perfection, Taehyung became Jungkook's safe place. Their bond grew quietly, through shared glances, late-night talks, and moments of unspoken understanding. Fans noticed. Taehyung and Jungkook were never afraid to show affection, to stand close, to be real with each other. But behind the comfort was a fear both of them carried, the fear of losing that connection someday. Because growing up together in the public eye also means knowing that one day, life will pull you in separate directions. The separation didn't happen all at once. It came slowly, quietly, as BTS's fame exploded worldwide. Solo schedules, brand campaigns, and individual ambitions started to fill their lives. Jungkook buried himself in music, chasing perfection with an intensity that became both his armor and his burden. Meanwhile, Taehyung explored new creative paths, acting, art, photography, finding peace in expressing himself beyond the stage. But when military enlistments were officially announced, the reality hit hard. For the first time in years, BTS wouldn't stand together as seven. Jungkook didn't talk much about it publicly. He smiled through interviews, said all the right things, but those who knew him could see it. The subtle tension in his jaw, the soft shift in his tone whenever Taehyung's name came up. In one interview, Jungkook said quietly, "It's not easy when someone you've always seen beside you suddenly isn't there." It sounded simple, but his eyes told the truth his words didn't. When the day of Taehyung's departure came, Jungkook appeared without fanfare, no big gestures, no media spotlight. Just him, standing quietly behind, watching. Cameras caught the moment, Taehyung smiling, Jungkook trying to match it. For a second, the confident performer looked like the 15-year-old boy he once was, lost, fragile, trying not to cry. He kept his composure. The fans were watching. The world was watching. But when Taehyung finally turned to leave, something inside Jungkook broke. His shoulders trembled. His eyes glistened. He looked down, maybe to hide it, maybe to breathe. Because that wasn't just a friend walking away, that was the person who had seen him grow, the one who understood every version of him, stepping into a chapter Jungkook couldn't yet join. Social media exploded. "Did you see Jungkook's face when Taehyung left?" fans wrote. "He looked so heartbroken." Another comment read, "He was trying so hard not to cry." And they were right. Later, behind-the-scenes clips showed Jungkook with red, watery eyes. He laughed it off, joking that something had gotten into his eye, but everyone knew. Sometimes grief doesn't scream. Sometimes it hides behind a smile. That night, Jungkook posted a short message online. It wasn't dramatic or revealing, just a simple note of support for Taehyung. But fans could feel the heaviness in every word. Because Jungkook doesn't express emotions easily. He never has. He lets his music speak instead. That's why the moment felt so powerful. When someone who has spent years holding everything inside finally lets a tear fall, it's not weakness. It's release. And that release had been building for years, years of pressure, performance, expectations, and unspoken love between brothers who built their dreams side by side. What makes it even more emotional is the timing. Just weeks before Taehyung's enlistment, Jungkook released music that spoke about longing, distance, and trying to stay strong when everything feels uncertain. Fans began to wonder, were those lyrics coincidence, or was he already saying goodbye in the only way he knew how? There's one line in particular that fans can't forget, "Even if I pretend I'm fine, the nights still find me." Was he talking about fame, or about the quiet ache of knowing someone you love is about to leave? No one knows for sure, but that mystery makes their story even more moving. Because with BTS, every lyric, every glance, every silence carries meaning. When Taehyung's car finally drove away that evening, Jungkook stayed behind, still smiling for fans, still trying to be the strong one. But a reflection in the nearby window told another story, a single tear he wiped away before anyone could notice. Because even golden boys break. And that was the moment Jungkook finally did. But the story doesn't end there. What happened afterward changed everything. Away from the cameras, Taehyung quietly did something that no one expected, something that reminded Jungkook that their bond was unshakable. When Jungkook found out, his sadness turned into something deeper, a quiet peace that reminded fans why BTS's friendship is unlike anything else in the world. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Jungkook's songs were secret messages to Taehyung? And what do you think Taehyung meant when he said, "We look at the same moon"? Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, even the brightest stars have shadows.